Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our October community meeting. Our names are Juliana, Arieli,
and Hassan.
and we are excited to join in today's meeting in our role of MC. At our monthly community meetings, we will be listening to news and celebrations and recognizing students from our school. We always have a full meeting. Therefore, we want to be sure to maintain a respectful environment.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated.
October's core value is responsibility. Always be responsible for your own thoughts, words, and actions. Please take some time this month to think about all the ways you are responsible in your school life and home life.
Years ago, students, teachers, parents, and other community members worked together to write the touchstone of Sherwood Middle School. A touchstone outlines how we use our core values to work together as a community. At community meetings and whenever we are in Sherwood Middle School, we follow the SMS touchstone, which we will recite now. Please repeat after me after I read each section. Sherwood Middle School is a community of independent learners who treat others respectfully and responsibly. At our school, students and faculty stand up for what we believe in, celebrate our differences, and make learning fun. Our positive attitudes create a path to success. At Sherwood Middle School, we persevere and confidently strive to do our best. Learn from our mistakes and understand the importance of honesty. We are a community whose core values lead the way.
At our September community meeting, we shared the first part of our digital citizen program, Digital Footprints, and we discussed strategies for deciding when to post pictures online with 15 teachers who created your own digital footprint. We are impressed with the visions you have for your future online selves, and we invite Ms. Kablassi to come up and share a few examples from students.
Good morning, grade 5. Oh my goodness. Good morning, grade 5. Good morning. Much better. I know it's Monday and it's early and everybody might be a little sleepy, but I'm hoping you remember that during cycle 2, that you did some digital footprint work, and during cycle 2, you'll be building on that and adding to your knowledge about digital citizenship by talking about the power of words. Words are powerful and can affect you and your friends and family and our community in both positive and negative ways. So you had done some footprints to show what you hoped people would see when they Google you as you get older. And you can see we have some nice community service going on this one. And you can switch to the next slide. More community service with people picking up some trash and people helping out with the Red Cross. And then if you look around the building, there were all kinds of different bulletin boards with some be positive messages for your online profile. So make sure that when you are posting online, it is positive and it is necessary and it adds to our community and makes it look like you're the greatest people in the world, because you are, and that's what you want people to see about you when they look for you online. So, for the power of words, when you think about how your words impact others, sometimes you think about writing a thank you note when you get a nice birthday gift, Or sometimes you think about someone who did a nice thing for you, so you write them a letter. You can also write letters to editors of newspapers or politicians to show how much you appreciate a certain part of our town. But we also know, because we might have had this experience, that words can hurt. Sometimes people write things online that are mean and that they would not say to someone in person. Sometimes when you write something, people can misunderstand what you mean and think it is mean when that was not your intention. And sometimes online when you post things, boys and girls, it can be misinterpreted. And I always think about when I write something online, do I want everyone to see this? Because everyone can see it. Whether someone takes a screenshot of it and shares it with someone else, or reshares it, or retweets it, or whatnot, what you post can go out to a much larger group than you anticipate. So think about if it's important, is it kind, do I want others to read this, and think about what a great person I am. And if that's the case, then please post those positive things online, because our world needs that positivity. But also think when you might be upset about something or angry with someone, before you post something online, think about how it could hurt as well.
Thank you, Ms. Gillespie, for sharing that important information with us.
We're adjourned. Please welcome Ms. Wallace and Ms. Cannell. They will be sharing thoughts on choosing words carefully.
Hi guys, just for those who don't know me, I'm Mrs. Wallace. And we just want to take an opportunity to think about our Sherwood core value. And the core value for October is responsibility.
We're going to show you a little video, and we want you to think about your responsibility with your words, as well as your actions as you're watching this. And then we'll talk a little bit about it afterwards. What a geek! Sorry.
Oh, there she was. She's such a loser. I know.
What a geek! Get lost!
Words hurt. Don't be a part of it.
So you just watched a pretty powerful video. It was very short, but very powerful. Now we want you to sit quietly and just reflect on what words have ever an impact on you. Ms. Wallace is going to ask you to think about a couple things, and we want you to sit quietly and raise your hand if one of these situations has happened to you.
Okay, raise your hand if you've overheard someone using a name that was hurtful. Thank you. Hands down. Raise your hand if you've been called a name that was hurtful to you. Thank you. Hands down. Raise your hand if you called someone a hurtful name. Yeah. Thank you. Hands down. Raise your hand if you've heard someone say, "Just kidding," when calling someone a hurtful name. Thank you. Hands down. As you guys could see, words have an impact on all of us. There have been many reports from teachers and students about some hurtful words going around Sherwood.
So hurtful words, they can include put-downs about the way that people look, or the way that people dress, or even how people learn or how they act and behave. And hurtful words could also include swear words. These words damage people in our community, our whole community. So we want to invite you and your teachers to participate in some activities to think a little bit about this. There are going to be some activities related to the power of our words.
So we thank you for sharing this opportunity and sharing this responsibility to build a kind community, and as always, being aware of the power of your words. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Nolan, Ms. Wallace, and to those who work in my district.
Please take a moment to reflect on this quote. Be careful with your words. Once they are said, they can only be forgiven, not forgotten.
Please welcome Ms. Clegg, our media specialist. She'll be sharing exciting news about the upcoming book fair.
Hi guys, so as you can see, our book fair is right around the corner. In 2 weeks, you guys will get to come up to the media center with your classes, browse for books, and even buy some if you find some that you'd like. All of the most popular books in the media center, or many of them, are going to be at the book fair, including Rita Telgemeier, including the Last Kids on Earth series, and including the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which actually comes out the first day of the book fair. So you guys, if you want to buy it, you're going to be among the first to get it. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of how the book fair works. Each class has a time when they're going to come in, so you can ask your teachers, and you should also get soon, if you haven't gotten it already, a book fair flyer that has your day that your class is coming in stapled to it. So it's good for you to write that down on your calendar, or put a reminder on your iPad so that you can remember when you're coming into the book fair. Then, if you get to the book fair, and let's say maybe you didn't think you would want to buy anything, so you didn't bring any money, but then it turns out you found something you really want, I will have wish lists there, so you can fill out a wish list with any books that you were hoping to get but couldn't get on your purchasing day, and then you can drop them off the next morning with payment, and we'll have a book fair volunteer who will go through the book fair and get all of those books for you and deliver them to your classroom. So if you don't bring money on the day of the book fair, you can fill out a wish list and bring money the next day. We also have the book fair open all day on conference day, so you can bring your families. And on conference day, we'll actually also have teacher wish lists out. So if you want to give your teacher a present for the classroom and get a book that your teacher might want to have in your classroom, you can do that with your family on conference day. And then afterwards, we'll also have all of the book fair books available to buy online. So you heard me say the word buy a lot. And the reason that we're inviting you to buy books if you want to is that the book fair is actually a fundraiser for our media center. So all of the proceeds from the book fair go to the media center, and we as a school are able to buy a whole lot more books for you guys to check out from the media center as well. So all that means is that there is lots more reading to come and lots of really fun books, either at the fair or if you don't buy anything at the book fair, at the media center afterwards. So I will see you guys all there. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Clegg, for sharing that important information about the book fair.
Please welcome Mrs. McCarthy, our student voice leader. She will be sharing news about how to be part of this SMS program.
So Student Voice is a way for us to be able to get involved in your community at Sherwood Middle School, but it's also a way for you to be able to get involved with the outside community. Student Voice has been around for several years now, and we have had many students participate in this program on different crews. The community meeting crew is one of the Student Voice crews. So if you're interested in doing community meeting and doing the things that help us out with this meeting, that would be great. But there are lots of other crews as well. Switch. So community meeting is open to all 5th and 6th graders. We have 10 crews devoted to different aspects of volunteering. And community meeting, Student Voice is a really great way to volunteer your time. Typically, your meetings will be after school, and the teachers and staff and many of our paraprofessionals run your crews, and they put a lot of effort and a lot of time into making sure that it is a rewarding experience for you, as well as the people that you touch upon. We have about 350 students who have participated in the past. And there is an application process, boys and girls, that we'll talk about in a minute. So these are the 10 community meeting crews that you could be involved in. For instance, the community outreach crew helps care for our community by offering a helping hand for causes that matter to us. Last year, they held 2 successful food drives, volunteered at the Community Harvest Project by planting crops, and participated in the Bale Cleanup Project. The media crew, possible tasks would be help to reshelf books. You know, that's a tough job, reshelving books. It doesn't seem like it is, but it really is. It takes a lot of time. And keeping the media center tidy, creating book displays or guides so that other students can find that they might enjoy. The Senior Friends crew does things like write cards for seniors, and they have her story at the end of the year where seniors come and share some of the things that happened in their life, things that we can learn from. It's a great way to get involved. You know, middle school is a time when you start branching out and you start looking at ways to be a member of the community in a very different way. It's a great time for you to start out slowly, you know, as you grow and get into 6th grade, and especially Oak and into high school. There's all kinds of clubs that you can join and ways that you can volunteer. So it's a really great way for you to just start figuring out the kinds of things that you're interested in. So I really hope to see many of you join the Student Voice. Next. So how can you join? We're going to ask you to check your email for the digital application. So after today, by tomorrow morning, there should be an email from Miss Connie and myself. Miss Connie is also the other Student Voice leader, and we will be communicating with you through email. You're going to fill in the application, and then we're going to have a small group interview in which you will be sitting with Miss Connie and myself and discussing the things that are important to you and why you want to be part of a particular community meeting. And then the magic begins, boys and girls. Then we're able to really set you to work. And so we have just a small video for you today to talk that's going to show you some things about people volunteering. girls, join the fun, get involved, volunteer, work hard. I promise you it will be a rewarding experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. McCarthy. I am sure many students will be participating in this important week.
At this time, we would like to invite Mrs. Daly and Mrs. Brensco to share the news about the ELA and math challenges.
Hello, fifth graders. I just want to say I'm very impressed with the response to the September monthly math challenge. 18% of you tried the monthly math challenge in September, and 36 of you earned excellent scores, where you both got the correct answer and showed all your work. So far, I've received many responses to the October monthly math challenge, but you have until the end of the month to submit your challenge to me. I just want to make sure that everybody's reading it carefully, because the question asks, how much change could you have in your pocket if you had more than $1, but still not be able to give change for somebody for a dollar bill? So any answer that's under $1 is not going to be correct. So I just want to make sure everybody's reading it carefully. And I look forward to receiving many more October monthly math challenges so that you can see your name out on the bulletin board in the lobby. And I've enjoyed working with so many of you already.
Good morning, fifth graders. My name is Ms. Daly. I'm the ELA curriculum coordinator. I have a little bit of a cold, so please bear with me. My voice kind of comes in and out. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a creative writing challenge that we have here at Sherwood. It's called the Write to Our Core Writing Challenge, and it's an opportunity for you to share your creative writing skills with the Sherwood community. This is how the challenge works. The contest focuses on writing about Sherwood's monthly core values. So your challenge is to write an original story, essay, or poem which demonstrates the core value of the month. For example, October's core value is responsibility. So your entry could be an essay which explains why responsibility is an important value to possess in one's life. Or you may want to write a creative piece that tells a story about the importance of responsibility. Or you might have a talent for poetry and would like to create a rhyming message or free verse about the importance of responsibility. The guidelines for the entries will be shared directly by email from me. So please take time to review how to submit your entry and the guidelines around entries. And I'm going to send you your first invitation to write today after this meeting, so you can check your emails for a message from me. So the writing invitation will be sent to you at the start of each month with a new core value, and then the winners will be chosen each trimester. So we'll announce the winners at the end of the community meeting in each trimester, and students will be encouraged to read the responses to the school community. You can also submit your writing directly to me via email or drop it off in my office. So thank you very much. I really look forward to receiving all of your entries and reading all of your great writing. Have a good morning. Thanks, Sherwood.
Thank you, Mrs. Daly and Mrs. Brensco. We appreciate the ELA and math opportunities offered at SPS.
This is a public service announcement from the community meeting group about Halloween safety. Make sure you have a working flashlight so that you may be seen while walking. Make sure your costume does not limit your vision and is not too long so that you can walk safely. Always have an adult inspect the candy before you eat it. Walk, don't run. Use crosswalks. Stay on the sidewalks. Visit houses with lights on only. Be aware of your surroundings. Remember your manners and be respectful. Say thank you, have a spookily good time, and be safe.
This month, we continue to work together on building a responsible Sherwood community. Thank you to everyone who shared at this morning's meeting. Thank you for joining us. We will now begin dismissal quietly.
Okay, before we dismiss, we ask that everyone stay seated. Just a couple of additional announcements. The first is we have homework helpers starting today, and for those of you who attend homework helpers, you will go to the media center during announcements. During dismissal, we'll announce homework helpers to the media center for grades 5 and 6. And you will see the 3D printing class there as well. So we have a few things going on, but we know that they'll go well. And we thank Ms. Clegg for sharing the media space with us after school. The other announcement is an opportunity next Friday, October 26th. The PTO is hosting a fall social right here in the gymnasium and out in the main foyer. And all students are welcome to attend. The cost of a ticket is $6. And the tickets will go on sale next week, not this week, but next, during lunches. And as always, for students who have difficulty paying for a ticket, you can just let us know. Mrs. Gablaski or a secretary, and we will get a ticket for you. So that's Friday, October 26th, and it's from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. We have a DJ that sets up right here, and lots of fun and food, again, in the main foyer. So please come and join us if you can. And I want to thank the community meeting, well, they're not even officially community meeting crew members, but the 5th graders who helped today MC our meeting, along with Mrs. McCarthy. How about a big round of applause? And Mrs. Strickland for taping the meeting for our release. Thank you. And to all the adults who shared, and to all of you, our students, who were very respectful. Fabulous job. And now you're going to stay seated. Look to your teacher for their signal to get up and head back to team, but don't do that until you see your teacher. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.